welcome to Handelabra Live. I am John, aka Migrant Pete. We're gonna play some Spirit Island today. I just need a couple minutes before we actually get started. So just give me a minute, and I'll be right back. Didn't want to leave you hanging on the intro screen. I'll leave you hanging on this screen instead. Be right back. Hello. Hello. Okay. So yes, we are going to be showing some new things. Rain time. Okay. I'm gonna play one board in Spirit. Let's try a high complexity, see if we get it. Look at these adversaries. How about the Moon's Path in Twilight? What's that all about? And we didn't get the Spirit, but let's do that. Hope you had a nice holiday. Yes, thank you. Yesterday was Canada Day, and it was a good Canada Day. Just relaxing. We didn't go to any huge events, but we enjoyed the day. Handelabra Games believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible. Anyone working against those goals is not welcome and will not be tolerated. So just be excellent to one another. Say hello in the chat. We've already got Gray Paz, Kokimoto, and non-antagonistic. Welcome. So we're going to preview some more Royal Pack 2 Feather content. Eva Does Monkey needs some water. Yeah, we actually, here on the west coast of Canada, it's been very dry, which is very unusual. But we've got this is one of the two spirits. Yes, hello, future YouTube. Pricey Provinces and Peekaboo's team and Presage 6. Wow, lots of people talking. Yes. Speak. Guiding is good. Ask questions. We like that. So, Downpour Drenches the World, the two-headed bird. That's all about rain. High complexity. Starts in the wetlands, is all about making more wetlands. Yeah, so we'll get into the spirit when we start the game. Finder of Paths Unseen is not ready for demoing yet, but it is getting there, so perhaps soon we will have a look at that. And we are also going to start reviewing Scotland with this game. Let's go Scotland 1. We could do Scotland 0, but I feel like Scotland 1, not too bad. And, you know, it adds a little more to what's going on. So we can explain Scotland stuff when we get to it. We also might see some fear cards. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm not sure if that's going to happen in this game or not. I can't remember if I've got that set up or not. It might happen. And We've already seen varied terrains. We're not going to play that today, but that's been previewed before, and some aspects have been previewed before, and there's some more aspects that are maybe going to be shown today. Let's see. Let's get into this first preview of Downpour Drenches the World. All right, so we have a presence here in the lowest numbered wetland, and they explore the wetland. Well, too bad for them. So what's Downpour all about? So, special rules. Spirit actions and special rules treat your sacred sites as wetlands in addition to the printed terrain. So if you have 2 presence in any other land, it becomes a wetland as far as spirits are concerned. That's pretty cool. And that's all spirit actions, powers, growth, whatever. Pour down power across the island. Special rule. This one you can use 5 times per turn, so it notes how many times you've used it. For each 2 water you have during the power phases, you may either gain 1 energy or repeat one of your land targeting power cards by paying its cost again. So you can, this is a pretty strong energy gain, but also repeating powers a whole bunch. On our growth, it's a traditional pick 1. We have a reclaim, gain power card, move a presence. Double presence add, get 2 water this turn, and discard 2 power cards. First time we've seen that. And we have gain power, add a presence, gain energy. And our presence tracks are kind of unusual, like very low numbers, right? The highest energy gain is 2. The highest card plays is 3. You don't get to 2 card plays for a long time. And there's a lot of elements. So a lot of it is relying on repeating powers, right? As well as your innates. So your innate power, Rain and Mud Suppress Conflict, is your presence grants defend 1, but also lowers Dahan counterattack damage by 1. And that can stack up even more. And if you have 9 water and other stuff, make some fear and -1 health for invaders and Dahan. I haven't actually hit that yet. I mean, I've tested it, but I haven't, like, in a normal game, gotten there. And Water Nurtures Life's Growth, lets you gain energy and remove Blight by removing presence. But you can get one of your innate power, your unique powers gets presence back, which is nice. And you can also get energy gather to Han, prevent blight adding. So this, lots of really good defend. Like you can see defense stat is up there quite a bit. And power cards, we have Dark Skies, Loose Stinging Rain, Isolate Target Land, push up to 1, explore, and up to 2 Dahan. It's a good build prevention potentially. Foundation Sink into Mud, 2 damage to towns. If it's a wetland, you can deal 1 damage to each building. Gift of Abundance, this one normally is another spirit, but in solo it's yourself. And gains 2 energy or may repeat 1 power card this turn by paying its cost. And either you or target spirit may add 1 destroyed presence to a wetland where you have presence. So that lets you get these presences back. It sounds like raining so much. That's the music is in there, as you can hear. And Unbearable Deluge, 1 fear, push 2 to Han, defend 3 if target land is wetland isolated. Evil Monkey said, I didn't think remove presence and add 1 destroyed presence interacted that way. Yeah, it actually does. So unless something says remove presence from the game, it still counts as destroyed presence. That's an FAQ or rule. I'm not sure if it's in the rulebook or in FAQs, but it's not destroyed. I don't know why it doesn't say destroy presence. Maybe because there are effects that block destroy presence, and so this can't be blocked by those. I guess that's sort of a technicality. Sort of reminds me of the good old put into play in Sentinels of the Multiverse. I'm going to change the background because we had this last time. Let's make it a little more rainy, watery. How about this one? Yeah, that's more thematic for this spirit. So that's this. That's what the kit, I suppose you say, of this spirit. Fangs is one of the only exceptions to remove presence going to the destroyed pool. Oh yeah, Sharp Fangs replacing presence, and it says on the spirit panel this presence leaves the game. And there's other ones like Bargains of Power and Protection works that way. Vengeance has a unique that removes presence from the game. So yeah, those are possible. So this adversary as well. Sorry, we're in explain mode here. Shows 1 out of 2 level 1. So 1 out of 2 is for the additional loss condition. If there are more than 2 coastal lands with city, the invaders win, and that's I believe number of players plus 1. So right now there's 1 coastal land, so 1 out of 2. If there's more than 2, we lose. And the escalation is going to be on the single board with the most coastal buildings, add 1 town, the land with the fewest town. So, I mean, since there's only 1 board, it's just going to do that. Probably just make this say just get rid of the first. If there's only 1 board, get rid of the first part in when it's dynamic here. And we are on level 1, so after setup in coastal lands, explorer cards add 1 town instead of 1 explorer. Coastal lands invader cards do this for maximum 2 lands per board. Yeah, downpour makes you think about powers differently. That's true. Evil and Spike have been playing it wrong all this time. Alright, so I am no expert with downpour. I've played a few times, but I'm sure you can all mock me for my horrible plays. Feel free. Or reward me for my wonderful plays. So usually, I mean, this is obviously not your first turn one. Sometimes I go with this one, sometimes I go with this one. Depends on what I want to do. So we can actually block this build if we wanted to by using Dark Skies. Maybe we actually push the Dahan in here and we defend that next turn. I think that's pretty reasonable. So, yeah. I always want more card plays, but sometimes I've just relied on 1 card play, which is fine, right? Because you can get defend 6 with a single repeat here, right? And potentially you could repeat it like twice and use it to move Dahan from here to here, something like that. Sage only played Downpour once. Demolish Scotland 6. Yeah, it's a nifty spirit. Not as super thinky as Finder, which we're still getting to. What are we gonna do? I think we're going to double add presence, but we don't actually need to repeat this, do we? This gain 2 water is really good next turn. We want to do more repeats, so let's do this. Take a minor power. Confounding Mists. Actually really good for stopping this, getting the city out of here, but it's not good because I don't want to use it this turn. It says defend 10. We could just use that for our defend next turn. It has no elements we want. But the Dahan would stay. Actually, I'm kind of into using that. The other ones are much better for elements because they have water on them, but since this popped up, I'm easily able to make a Sacred Site in there. So let's do that. And if I take a water right now, I get an energy, so I'm going to do that. We're going to, so how the special rule works in the UI is there's a +1 energy button here. You can see there's no like repeat power button. That's because you can just you can either just repeat the power or don't repeat the power. So we're going to use the power once. We're going to push him. I guess we may as well push it right in here because we're going to defend 10. And put Dahan in there. And so we can repeat, right? Or we can get the +1, or we don't have to do either right now. We can finish. I may as well take the +1 energy now, though. So that's how that special rule works. And when you have more water, you can do them. And you can see here it'll show has been used once this turn. So they went into sands, and we're on the next turn already. So you saw they explored in the coastal land, the town, instead of explore. That's a Scotland thing. Okay, so I want to do this, I think. Do I want to do that? Maybe I want to do this again. I definitely want to put a sacred site here. I think we probably just allow that to blight and clean it up later on. We can use this. We can't use this turn. We can't get to the 3-card place or 2-card place this turn. We can probably get toward it. I honestly don't super need the repeat this turn. We're just doing this. So maybe we just do this again. And then next turn, we want more repeating. Keeps giving us a little bit more energy too. I like cards with plant on them and water because that helps us do this. I'm into this, I think. It doesn't do a whole lot, but we have sacred sites a lot as a spirit. And I want to get to 2-card plays next turn, so let's go here. Actually, I can go here. I want to have make one of these a wetland. I think I'm just ignoring that land, right, for now. And now we have a move presence, and so we can make our sacred site here. Renewing rain is downpour. Yeah, I mean, it's very thematic, right? It doesn't have the spirit's picture on it, but, like, probably it's doing that. And we're going to quicken the earth struggles, defending for 10. On a coastal land, move 1 town, 1 or 2 lands inland. So we don't want... We can actually send it all the way to the back. Kind of interesting. Sure. So we get this bug report sometimes. Why can't I move it here? It's because that land is the same number of lands inland as this land. That's how that actually works. 2 damage. Spend 1 per Dahan. 4 damage. I guess we kill the city. We have stuff to kill hit towns. Specifically only towns. This only damages towns, not cities. Except unless you do the area damage part. Alright. We got another town here on the coast. That's too bad. 1 damage. Is there any indication of whether power has been used already and playing it again would use a repeat? I get confused tracking that sometimes in bigger games even without temper. There isn't on the power, but you can always look in the story so far. But potentially something we could do. Yeah, that noise, there's a sound effect for Scotland adding a town instead of an explorer on the coast. So that is a new sound for Scotland. Instead of the little walking along sound from the explorers, you get a sort of ships and ports, docks and things sounds. Alright, so we have... Ravage is actually not terrible. We could Unbearable Deluge and defend both lands. Unfortunately, we would lose out on the Dahan being there, but we could push Dahan from here and kill those guys if we repeat it twice. We can repeat it twice, actually. So that's not a bad idea. So why don't we do this? They are getting a stage 2, so if we isolate this, we can isolate some lands, right? And that's even better. So I'm going to move presence into here to make that a wetland, and I'm going to put presence here to make this a wetland. So this is a wetland now by the special rule. We don't have a visual indication yet, but maybe we'll make the land turn a little tinted blue or something like that. I had to discard 2 cards, so I think I'm going to play... What am I going to play? I'm going to play Unbearable Deluge. Well, we're going to do this. Whoops. Dropped it in the wrong spot. I'm going to play Unbearable Deluge and... what? This is basically worth 2 energy. Yeah, we already have things that make visual effects on the land, so we're probably not going to have a big visual effect like that, but we'll see. Maybe something. We maybe have the Sacred Site thing look wetlandy, like mini mines sacred sites look beasty. It's an idea too. Could just do this. I remove the blight. Not a bad idea. Because we aren't gonna have... we could also just destroy a town here. I think removing the blight from there is fine. Let's do this. So it gives us more water. I mean, everything we play has water. So we can defend more. We don't even need to repeat this, so we can get some energy. We have defend 4 in both lands. So why are we even playing this? For the isolate? And we can push Dahan in there. Sort of a embarrassment of riches here. So what we can do is this. We're actually going to use that there. We're going to use this. We don't have to use this. You can, like, use this or use it less. Like, I don't actually want... if I lower counterattack damage by 4, then... I mean, it's fine here because we put a bunch of Dahan there. Maybe I don't want that. Let's see. Sometimes you don't want it. This is interesting. Don't you want to defend land too? Sure. But what if I had Dahan in there, for example? So, but I can use this defend land too and isolate it, right? So like there's different things I can do. I think using this is still fine because we can get more Dahan in there and the counterattack will be enough. I'm just working out, like, there's different things I could do, right? I could not use this and just use this 3 times or whatever. So you can see right now, this is 3 damage. The sort of typical thing that happens with that situation. But if I use this power, then in here, 0 damage, and no invaders are destroyed either, right? Because the counterattack is 0. But if I do this and push these guys in here, I don't know if I want to push them all in there, right? Because then they're not around for this, but now that kills the invaders. This is isolated, so they more or less, I can then either use this more, or I could isolate. If I use this here, then the Dahan leave, and they don't do damage. Yeah, that's another thing. Level 1 of my innate would be enough, pending the event, right? That's another option. We could use level 1 only, and that's defend 2, and only reduces counterattack by a lower amount. Maybe that's better. Maybe we take the risk that cities get plus damage, because then we can get Dahan over here. Or have Dahan, like, in the places we want them. So, like, for example, I can do this. And then I can do this. And actually, yeah, so I already have Defend 3 here now. And if I use this, I can cancel either one of these. That's interesting. Because they're not dependent on each other, right? They're different elements. Then here we destroy the town. And I could defend more here, or I could take the energy. And yeah, then we have Dahan here for defending that. Lots of interesting stuff. I don't super care about isolating that. It means there won't be a town popping up there on the Explorer. Yeah, let's do it. It's a fear too. And I still have another... It's 0 cost, right? And I have 6 water. I've used it twice, so I can use it one more time. I think it doesn't make sense to use another time. Do I want to repeat this? We can wait until the slow phase. Oh, but we might want to have energy for an event, so okay, let's take the energy. Spurn the invaders, always be spurning. Farmers seek the Dahan for aid. Is there a counter for how many repeats you used? Yeah, it's on here. How many times you use this? So. And there's no limit to how many you repeated a specific power. It's just total 5 times you can do this thing. Alright. So, don't want the Ravage to become a build. I want the Ravage to be a Ravage. I want a Spurn. It means, yeah, they're actually going to put Blight in here. And we're going to do 2 damage and add disease. The disease is part of it, but we can have the disease here, so always be spurning. I think it's going to be here if we hit the Dahan, unfortunately. Sorry, Dahan, you're getting killed. Ah, scapegoats. Fair. That ends up clearing that land because of the -1 health. But we don't have any damage in the slow phase, sadly. So this is the escalation. Add a town to the land with the fewest towns. And I guess it may as well be here because we got jungles in a row. Alright, so here we're basically reclaiming. We could get 1 card, but I think reclaim is the right call. Hello Grave asks, is there an ETA when the pack will be available? We have said we are planning for it this summer. So keep staying tuned to this channel to see more as it comes. as we're working on it. All this, almost all this, I think all the stuff you see here is in beta testing. This is a development build, but things are proceeding apace. All right, we could go for a major power. What's our plan this turn? We don't have a defend by quicken because our sacred sites are not places. I mean, this defend is enough. We can repeat it. Or we could, yeah, we can't get enough presence in places, but we can just repeat this. The problem is they're still going to be there. And that's annoying. So I would love something that defends and pulls to Hans. Won't you have 2 moves of presence so you can make it a sacred site? We have 1 and 2. Yes, that's true. We can make a sacred site. That's true. Well, let's see what power card we get. I think it's minor. Is it major? Like, I would love something that pulls Dahan, and then we can use Quicken to at least make this land clear. This one is whatever. We didn't get that. There are majors that move Dahan fast, but they're more minors, I think. We got dry wood. Target land, not a wetland. That's not a good power for me, is it? This is kind of interesting. Drought with downpour. Sort of the antithesis. These are the antithesis of my spirit, but I kind of want drought because it works really well here. As long as I can, and I have renewing rain to get rid of the blight first and then add the blight after. But I don't have his sun. I don't have 3 sun, so it doesn't quite do the job, does it? Well, we can repeat this, so we can get Dahan in here. So I think we just click on something else. Nature's Connection. Problem is, like, we need cards that do stuff. We don't have a lot of card plays. It's going to end up being a card we discard. So I'm just going to click the one with elements that might do something. And move a presence. Yeah, so this is the one. Oh, we could repeat Quicken for the damage. That's true, isn't it? We could just do the Quicken damage and not defend. There's so many interesting things we can do. You're right. So we actually just move both of these presences and don't move the Dahan. If we want. And we can Renewing Rain to get rid of the blight they add there. That's probably good. Okay. If we have enough water to repeat it. Yeah, we have 1 repeat. So. Alright, that seems like a plan. And they're not going to build there because they were not on Scotland 3. And we got a fear card. Rising interest in the island. Aided by air. We have lots of air cards to discard. We don't care if they each deal +1 damage. That gets us upgrades our fear card. That seems great. Weave Lies. We could even forget a card. We could just forget the card we picked up. I think I'd rather that. I wasn't too excited about that card anyway. Add Beast to a jungle. Add Wilds. Yeah, Wilds to the coast. Very good. In Scotland because they love to put towns there. Jungle's fine for now, so over there. I'd strike in line with Dahan. Nope. Coastal lands. So not here, and they put towns in the other land. The jungles are not actually safe, but you know, we can defend one there. It's okay. We just have to hit our innate a tiny bit. We could just let them blight here again, honestly. It's a bunch of work, and there's no Dahan, like, even at range 1. Well, there's 1, so whatever. Let's just get some presence on the island. We can actually get to 3 card plays, but we'd only have 2 cards. Why don't we roll up on elements? Roll up on elements, and next turn reclaim for major. I don't mind that. We can... yeah. Kill this guy in the Ravage by using this to get more Dahan and all that, so... gonna, like, get my presence into places a bit. Do we want to isolate that land? I'm down to isolate that land. So let's do this. Move you here. Make that a wetland. This is gonna be big, but we have our defend 10. That. Discard 2 cards. So we want this. Don't really care about this, right? Well, I guess we could just... I was gonna use that here to push it on, but we could use this. But this one costs more. This one's free. And I can remove Blight if I play this. Ooh, I can also gather up to 1 Dahan. Sure. I'm not probably going to do that, but no, it's possible. So here, we're going to do this. And put a bunch of Dahan in there. We can suppress counterattack. We can defends 2. And town still dies. Here we can remove a presence. And we can... I think we just get the energy here, right? We're going for a major. We don't need to repeat any more cards. And we can add presence to a wetland, which is either of these sands. Probably the coastal one. We still have a destroyed presence to work with as well. Alright, and I think we don't need to repeat this. I think we want to just get more energy. Wow, that's such energy. North Strife, fine. Explorers, cool. More defend. Cool. Alright, we have a 10 damage Ravage. We're adding a town. We're exploring mountains. I guess here, this wetland, I mean, I could put it here and just defend there. Want to do that? We might not get our innate next turn, depending on what our major is, right? So let's put it here. We have to defend this, so. Okay, let's reclaim. We can make this a sacred site and defend it or whatever. We can do stuff. I wonder, can I like just murder everything here by repeating this 2 times? That's so good. I don't know that I have enough water. Major power time. Sweep into the gosh dang sea. Well, that's pretty good. Is there a reason I look at the other powers? I mean, Strengthening Firevine is fine. It's not really our jam. Unlock the Gates is pretty good. Utter Curse Grimbone is also not really our jam. Sweep into the Sea is pretty rad. If it destroyed cities, that would be much cooler. It doesn't do that, but it has good elements. Pretty cheap. And they're all the same price. It's between that and Unlock the Gates for me. Unlock the Gates is nice because it like just makes all of our... We almost have the thresholds here, and it just makes everything happen. Yeah, if I sweep into the sea, we can repeat Quicken twice. We can just kill the stuff. And then we sweep things. I don't think we're close to getting Unlock the Gates. Are we? If we play that in Quicken, actually, we just need a sun. Right? We have moon, fire. Yep. Don't have air. We have water, of course. We have earth. Oh, we do have earth. Yeah, actually, if I play these two cards and unlock the gates, we get the threshold. We're not doing it this turn, but we could on a future turn. That's interesting. Yeah, these two cards have all the elements. Like, they're opposite each other, right? Yeah. They have the opposite pairs of elements. Huh? That's so interesting. These two cards, they go with Unlock the Gates perfectly. Does anyone notice that before? I feel like that means that's like a sign that I should click this and not forget one of those. I haven't used this power yet, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Alright, we want to move our presence to pick it for the meme. Is it a meme? I don't know if it's a meme or just like a good idea. Alright, quicken repeated twice. Here. So I need to, I mean, I want to do this. Maybe we just, yeah, we don't get to do this right away, but we can just play it now for the regular major power. Unless there's something else we want to do. And then next turn, we do this. We get 3 card plays, we reclaim, and we get to do the thing. I think that's fine. As long as we can afford, I think we can, if we're going to be able to afford it. We're spending all our energy playing Unlock the Gates right now. What if we do instead this to stop them building here, and then we have less to worry about? I think that's good. All right. It's so wild. It's like, what if I use Quick and Near Struggles to murder everything? And we're spending a couple energy doing that too, so. So here we're defending this. They're still going to build their city there, but that's okay. And I want to stop this build. You can go, like, wherever. Jungles aren't coming up for a while, so. Each land leads to explorers. That doesn't happen with Scotland very often. Push 1 beast to adjacent land with no blight, it deals 1 damage there. You sea monsters. Oh, or maybe they don't build. Cool. So now we're just playing with our food. Broken combo. This is... Escalation is like, what if you put it into the ravaging land? Or the building land? We're after the ravage. We could put it here. I don't mind that. Alright. So no ravage. Not a big deal with the build. We're going to do this. And discard unlock the gates. We're going to play that next turn with our combo. So we need to play 2 cards. We get to play 3 cards actually, but I want to get to 3 card plays right now. So we can use Renewing Range, remove the blight, I think. Don't know. We want that to be a sacred site. Guess so. Don't really have a huge opinion. Actually, small opinion. Put it in here. And move the presence from here. We don't need that to be a wetland now. Not doing anything. Renewing Rain, we're going to be able to get wilds. We do this. I thought I did this. Did I not do that? Did I not just do that? Why do I get to do it again? Right? I did that. Oh, I unlocked the next one. That's why. That would be why. That's the thing I can do now. I can move up twice. I don't need to. I think I'm happy with where things are. But that's a thing. So I'm not going to do removing the blight. But we can do this to get energy. And actually, I'm going to leave that to Han there because there's a thing that says defend in coastal lands, gather a town into coastal land. So, in case that happens. Put it to Han there. Doesn't hurt to use this. Maybe it hurts, I don't know. We may as well gain a power. Or sorry, gain energy. And we can add presence to a wetland. And we don't have any left. That later. And you know what? We can't repeat this because we can only repeat land targeting power cards. So we could repeat this power, I guess, which doesn't... I guess it would let us add 2 destroyed presence. And we're going to use this slow. And we're probably not repeating it. Maybe we get something that adds blight. We can always get more energy. Slow phase B. There are no coastlands with city. Take that, Scotland. Add disease to the coastal land with the most in that land 3 damage to harm. That's mean. Yes. You may as well use it. Right on. Put you there. Push 1 presence from a land with Dahan, 2 damage in the land push 2. Oops. Why did it click you? Okay. Alright, no build there. Mountain wetlands. Alright. Get rid of that. And just get a bunch of energy. We could add, like, wilds around the island if we wanted to, but fine. We're going to get some silly major power and use it right away. So, you want another miner? Do you want? I think we just want another miner power. We're going to spend all our energy on things. Oh, energy to repeat, unlock the gates. Yeah, because we have this, we can do that. That's okay. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Elemental boon. I don't have any more card plays, but why not elemental boon? Yeah, this. Yeah, it's spirit targeting, but we can use this to repeat quicken, and we're playing it, so. Alright, move a presence. Move a presence. Move a presence. Okay. Unlock the gates. This. Boom. I mean, we actually don't even... We have extra elements by our tracks, but we don't have the air and the sun. We get the air here, but right now we need that. I guess we could use elemental boon instead, but this is better, right? It gives us more effects and is awesome. We have 5 water. We don't have 9 yet. All right. So first we do this. We don't have to forget, so we just do it. Unrelenting growth. And vigor of the breaking dawn. This seems incredible, right? Do not forget. Play for 2 energy. Yes. Okay, what if we do it again? Oh, before I do that, I want to get my energies. I want to make sure I can always play it by forgetting it. Maybe I'll just play this one by forgetting it because I want to get energy potentially to repeat it or whatever. So let's repeat this. I'm not going to have any destroyed presence soon. Focus the land's anguish. I already hit the threshold on this too, right? And I have... You have 3 sun. I already have 3 sun. There's no blight on the island. This doesn't do anything. So it's spiders. And I get the threshold spiders once I play it. Do not forget. Play and forget at end of turn. And if I get more energy, I can repeat this. No blight suffering from success. Yeah, exactly. So, what we can do... Oh my gosh. This is gross. We can repeat this by getting more energy. What? It's hot in here. I can defend 10. That's fine. That's the only ravage. And I want to use spiders to kill the other guys that are building and stuff. So... I'm going to use that here. How many times more times do I get this? I get one more time. That's 6 water. I can use this here so they don't build and then kill the town. Or I could do it here. There's more beasts here. That's better. Makes more fear. If I had more energy, just repeat this more times. That's outstanding. I don't want to use this because I want my Dahan to counterattack here, so I'm just not going to use that power. I feel bad for Scotland. Add town to coastline adjacent to a coastal town. Oh no. Oh no. They're going to blight me. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Add 1 Dahan to a land with Dahan and no blight. Blah, blah, blah. I guess. Well, I guess it, I mean, may as well kill that explorer, right? There's good. Different land with Dahan. 1 damage per Dahan there. I mean, these guys are dead already, so I guess it's fair. Oh no, I took down. Good build. Oh, we won. I was like, oh no, we win. Sands, wetlands. Skip explore. All right. Unrelenting growth lets me remove blight. What if I had all my presents on the map? 3 more to go. And we take another major. We don't have a lot of energy right now. We're getting 2. It's just 2, right? So we're not gonna have that much energy next turn. What's happening? There's a ravage here, That's it. It's a build. That's diseased. That's not a big deal. We can bring Dahan in there. So maybe a minor, maybe we can... This can push some Dahan, but maybe we get a gathered fast. Nope. But what if we got incredible things? I don't really need the fast part of that, but they're good for us. We lost our spiders. That's fine. So we could put our last 2 presents and max out our tracks. I don't see why not. So what if we add 2 presents here? And discard probably Renewing Rain. And Sky Stretches. Play the others and see what happens. I'm not really planning that hard. We have 10 water. We did it. We didn't get this. That's fine. We can get it with Elemental Boom. Do I want to move presents? Not really. Oh, I kind of want to have presents in there, right? Let's just shuffle our presents over like this. I want to send the Dahan from here. Oh, we can push these 2 Dahan. this. You go there. Oh, you're gonna get killed enough. I think we can do this. Because we can do this. Oh, I think I needed to use that in here first. How much defend are we going to need? That's the question. We need to use this twice in there. Okay. Oh, also elemental boon. Got it. We want plant. And that's it. Plant. May as well have more water. I don't know. Sure. And let's just gather Dahan. Cool. Alright, so we want use this here twice. And we want to do this here. Actually, we can use this here to gather that on. And we want to... I don't know if we could just use defend here. What's happening right now? The -1 health is great. What if we just do this here? Actually, what I want to do, I think, is turn off one of these. Oh, can't turn off. I can't get what I want. What if I do this? Let's do this. I don't want to do all the math. Okay, we still kill almost everything. There's one explorer left. That's fine. And give me energy. Okay. Add one town to land with Explorer Town. And disease. Two damage per Dahan there. I think it means we win by cities. I think we're winning very soon anyways. Gather here, kill the city, and then we win on the Ravage. Finish him. Add Strife. Don't think it matters. Adding Strife. Hey, ooh, each invader with Strife deals damage to other invaders. Almost just won by fair level. GG! Oh, we did get immediate victory. We got both at the same time. Alright, that's been your first look at Downpour. Downpour drenches the world and also unlocks the gates of unrelenting growth and quickens the earth's abundance. Pretty good win here. Alright, let's go to another game. Let's play a two-spirit game. And let's go low complexity. Gauntlet. And I want to bring aspect that we were going to see last time, but we didn't. Immense lightning. And how about another aspect? Shadows, or perhaps river. River, surge in sunlight, travel aspect. Let's go with that. So let's get into these. Let me start the game. So we're gonna increase Scotland to level 2. During setup, add a town to land number, or sorry, a city to land number 2. So there's starts with 2 cities. Coastal lands gets placed as a 3rd stage 2 card, and the 2 stage 2 cards are moved above by 1. So you end up with this funny deck order. Yeah, so this is placeholder artwork. It's gonna have real artwork, but right now, just color shifted. All right, and we'll keep with the water theme. Maybe it goes with river too. So Scotland has an extra city. Okay, so Travel River doesn't have its original special rule anymore. Same innate power. It has 2 new special rules. Travel on the river's back. After growth, choose up to 2 Dahan among your lands. Move each of them to any land contiguously connected by your presence. And people tend to the river, river tends to the people. Your lands with 4 or more Dahan are sacred sites and have defend 1. So that's not a huge thing, but it helps a little bit. And immense lightning. So magenta lightning. Yeah. So it still has swiftness, lightning, and thunder destruction, but your top presence track grants you twice as much energy during the spirit phase. You can see it shows +2 here when we only have 1 uncovered. Any ongoing modifiers are counted after doubling, so if you have something from the Blight card or whatever. Playing power cards during the spirit phase costs 2 card plays instead of 1. And so you can have leftover card plays. If you do, you get an element. For each major power you play, gain 2 different elements of your choice. So this is a spirit that's all about playing majors, and that's a lot of fun. So they have a big Sands party happening. So let's see. What do we want to do? So you see River doesn't have a sacred site here. That is not the rule now, so. But we can make sacred sites by getting enough Dahan in the lands. So I'm still gonna do, I haven't played these aspects that much. I played probably Lightning a little bit more. But let's try to get Dahan where we want. So I'm gonna go here. And you want to go all the way over here? Why not? You could actually just flash flood that guy. Maybe we do that. Flash flood the guy. Just try to keep the coasts clear with Scotland, right? So maybe instead of that, let's undo our presence here. Let's go in here and get energy to play flash floods. And we'll go here. Oh, I won't have a sacred site. That's actually River's Bounty is gonna let me have a sacred site, right? I don't have it right now, but I can get it. And here's my thing. So I'm gonna move these 2 to Han. Actually, leave this solo guy alone. And move to the same land, right? That's allowed. Like, it can matter for Dahan Insurrection and stuff. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and we'll make a sacred site in here. Probably. We can gather and add Dahan, so we can have 4 Dahan. If we need, we'll see what we want to do. So, for lightning, I think think I'm going to go up the energy track. I'm not sure what the best strategy is for this spirit necessarily right away, but I'm going to stockpile some energy and not play a card this turn. We can always shatter homesteads this, and maybe we get a major that lets us blow that up. Or we just allow it to blight, it's fine. Oh, we get an element. Aha. For having extra card plays. Oh, I didn't put my presence close enough for that. That needs to be fixed. Let's... I mean, I could always Flash Floods next turn and just destroy the town. What if we just Flash Floods next turn? Edit that out of the bot. Alright, we're just undoing. Let's Flash Floods next turn. I don't want to change all that. And we'll still do the same Dahan. That's fine. It's jungle. Hang on a second. What is that? All right. Sorry, losing my microphone here. How's that? Okay. Okay. So we just have river. I think wash away is pretty good here. Thinking of different things. Yeah, we can massive flooding the town out of here. If we wanted to, we could wash away. Like, we could try to get a defend card. That's the thing. Interesting options. I think in any case we want to do this. So here's actually... That didn't show a sacred site here. That's a small visual thing. It is a sacred site, you can see when we hop over it, but it's not showing as a sacred site on the map here. Let me just make a quick note of that. River sacred site indicator here. It is a sacred site, it's just not showing that. Alright, so yeah, I definitely want to like stop this build totally. It's just where do I want to put them? That's the question. Maybe like with the Dahan here in the mountain. And actually, we're gonna massive flooding. Send them all together. Make a dump land. Or river to blow up later, hopefully. Alright, and I think we are going to continue on the card plays track into Reclaim 1. Themmer Snail asks a question. You're focused on new content. Are there any non-expansion related features you haven't been able to dig into yet, but would love to if given the chance? Yeah, definitely. One thing we're hoping to do is translations into other languages. Work for that. And there's a few other interesting features we are curious about doing that I'm not going to talk about because they're secret ideas. But yeah, more ways to play the game and get people engaged and interacting with each other and stuff like that. Those are things that we like to do, and so it's been on my radar for a while. And there's various other quality of life things in game, like so we have added a whole bunch over the course of Jagged Earth, right? For Jagged Earth, I think we added Spirit Foresight, but it's been expanded a bunch. Like with this feature, with more things, we added being able to drag and drop spirit panels around. We added the whole story so far feature. I mean, isolate was part of it, so that feature's there. All kinds of stuff we've added over the course of things. Removing cards from event power decks. That's on the list. Very low priority thing. That would be not in the card library. That would be a reduced difficulty option. That would disable achievements and stuff. So, yeah. So there are things. All right. I want to add more presents because I want to get over, be able to flash flood that. I think I want to go through here. Nice if there's a setting to have the spirit panel be in the corner by default in single spirit games and not get big again after undoing. It shouldn't change after undoing. If it is, that's a bug. Please report it. It should stay, when undoing should not change your view, basically. So. All right, and we're gonna get to reclaim one. Has to be 0 cost. I have no problem with farmers seek the Dahan for aid. It is an event I'm happy to have. So let's go to Lightning. Lightning actually going to play a card this turn? We can play 2 cards if we go up to 4 card plays. So I think we're going to do that. Let's get presents. I just like to have more range. So let's jump up here and be able to help out. So this land we want to probably shatter homesteads. And I guess we can, yeah, we're not going to get enough elements to get our innate. So we have to do something else. And we could, I mean, we could Raging Storm to kill an Explorer. It's kind of lame though. Harbinge is free. Is there any reason to consider massive flooding or rivers bounty fast? I mean, those are things we could do. If we do that, then we could massive flooding and stop this city build. That seems pretty good. So instead of Harbingers, Lightning Spoon. And by doing Rivers Bounty here, we actually get to make this a sacred site, lets us use massive flooding from here. And I think I'd rather use Flash. I mean, there's a chance they blight here because of the event, so let's just clean it all up nicely. I think people don't like Years of Little Rain because it's too good for the spirits. Like, placing presence is really strong, so. Alright, probably 1 blight, but could be 3. Let's see what happens. Oh, hey, Boon of Vigor. Have some more energy, why don't you? Cultural Assimilation is gonna cause blight. Actually, Gross. I could have grabbed that to Han, but it means I wouldn't have grabbed one here, so it would have been a city build instead of a blight, so, you know, whatever. And beast attack. Reckless offensive. Adds blight. Interesting. Well, we did end up with 3 blight and not 1. In a different way than I could have imagined. We're adding a town from Scotland. Maybe where the beast is? Hard to stop. Hard to, what, as they say, pocket against Scotland. So this, because they keep adding towns. So this is telling us that it's going to be H and it's 2. It's helpful, I think. So, yeah. So they're popping right back into the sands. And one thing about Scotland too is you know where coastal's going to be. And I think it's next, right? Or no, we're at the first stage 2 card, so still a little while before this one's going to be coastal. All right, river reclaim. Grab a minor power. Oh, reaching grasp. I don't know. Obstinacy maybe. Obstinacy is great for lightning. Lightning loves to receive this because they can just keep playing their major powers and stuff. I think we're going to get a major power now. We have 11 energy. We have presence everywhere. And we can deal with that with whatchamacallit. Dream of the untouched land. Trees radiate, flow like water. Interesting. Flow like water makes me want to keep Raging Storm. Because it has water on it. Unlock the Gates is back, by the way. One nice thing, when you play Major Power, you get 2 different elements, so you can actually hit thresholds much more likely. With the untouched land is kind of interesting to just like try to spam here. I don't know that we actually want to do that. Trees radiate. Doesn't work because there's blight. I mean, it works in some lands. What if we just use Dream of the Untouched Land over and over and over again to remove blight and invaders? It's expensive, but we're almost paying for it every turn. It doesn't advance like fear and victory. I mean, it advances towards getting rid of the invaders, but very slowly. If there were Dahan, I'm saying if there were Dahan in here, there could be Dahan in here. With Harbingers, or with River? River could come here. Oh, River can't come here. River claimed. We could defend 6 and get Dahan in here. Can River help with that land in the meantime? Not really, right? I only get to play 2 cards, so I can't, like, do a lot here. I only have 2 ravaging lands. It's not like the end of the world. Flow like water is quite good also. But it's like, I don't know, it's almost like not enough. I can just get the water by clicking water, can't I? I don't have to keep Raging Storm. If I did that, bring everything into here and then bring everything out the next turn? Let's do that. We'll get something else that's more awesome. Water. And I'm not going to hit the fire threshold, so it may as well be just more air. So that's going to blight. We're going to do this to hang on to the card. We can send it all into here and then send it out again, basically. And if we flash floods one of the towns, they don't build a city. There's this. This is concerning for river, isn't it? Maybe we're gonna want to play this twice next turn. Sort of kind of want that. Just like this. Get a flash floods in there next turn. Maybe we get to use maybe flow like water happens on river instead. I'm not sure. We don't get the second innate here, but not too much we can do about that. So is this shatter? Maybe it's shatter. Unless wash away can do. Wash away could just stop this. And I really want my presence to be in a land with all this stuff instead of not there. Yeah, unfortunately, oh, we could do the river travel thing. Let's see. Yeah, there's no real point to the on being there, except because that's my only sacred site right now. They kind of have to be there, and I can't get them. Well, no, everywhere's matter. Okay. Let's. Oh. I got an exception. Let's definitely report that. I actually haven't tested this. The Spirit has had some dev work on it recently, and I haven't done a ton of testing. So I guess we're not using moving to Han because we got air. Whoops. Value cannot be null. That's just a handicap we have to deal with here this turn, I guess. So we're just gonna go with that. Constancy. And I'm gonna save Shatter Homesteads to use it here. And as much as I want to put stuff in here, yeah, I mean, either place. Let's go here. I'm just gonna try to move everything out of here after. Is that too many towns? You're gonna build another. No, they're not building a city here, right? They're building a town. Okay, that's fine. I said it only moves 2 towns. There's gonna be a town left over. But we can, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We have wash away, stuff like that. Add beast. Oh, we are at 4 out of 4 coastal lands with cities. That's not good. Adding town to a land. I guess it's here, unfortunately. And they're adding towns instead of floors the first time. How does that work? If I click here first, should that be once per place town instead of explore? How does that interact? Is there an FAQ about that? How does trading port interact with promising farmland? Is that a bug? Spirit Island FAQ. Scotland. Invader actions. I don't know I don't know the answer. So let's ask. Should this explore town? Farmland is promising. Farmland. Ask Eric. I guess I will take advantage of what may or may not be a bug right now. I feel like it probably should add towns to both lands no matter what, but because I don't know. No. Alright, so next turn we're gonna do this. 2 explorers, 2 towns, and 2 Dahan. There's one too many towns there. I'm gonna shatter this. I'm gonna get to destroy one of those towns by playing these 2 cards and like water and taking a fire and a water. So I think I'm gonna get to 6 card place. So I think I don't have to do anything about the town here, because I can make a secret site. So I think we're okay. I want to be. What I should do is shatter the town here because I don't have. I might make a secret site somewhere else, so give myself flexibility. And so now this is a problem. It's too far away for us to deal with right now, though. We can push you. Sure, I have defend 1 there. And not always, but I have right now. And there's bounty in the blighted land, I guess. And wash away. We can wash away so they don't build a coastal. If they build here, we lose this second. So let's just put you into this bad place. And we are going to claim this. And do we want to get it back or something else? We can always pick it back. You're going to reclaim next turn, so we don't actually need gift custody for lightning. So let's hang on to wash away and just play our full normal hand. Get our big innate. I think you can play 4 cards. Yeah. So okay. I think the problem here is we're not. Oh, we get lightning spoon. Okay. we get to kill all this in the fast phase because of reasons. Okay, so I'm just gonna spread out a bit more. Actually, I can take 2 energy. Get back, Bruce Bounty, play 4 cards. Because this is Sacred Site, and I'm gonna get Lightning's Boon and Flash Bloods, we just kill everything there. Hooray! And we're gonna do double presence add. We have 1,000,000 energy. And maybe just get 1 presence here. And we have Sacred Site next to that. Let's put a Sacred Site in this jungle, I think. Alright, I want water and fire. I got my destroy a town. Thing is awesome. I would have +2 range anyway, so I didn't actually need to have a Sacred Site next door. Well, like water, let's put them all in this wetland. Get them off the coast. Do I even want to move the Blight? I think there's more powers that remove Blight from wetlands. And we know Coastal's coming up here, so yeah, better to not have the Blight there, probably. Oh, there's a town there still? I thought I got rid of that town. What happened there? Oh, they must have did their escalation there. Card plays is tracking the plays on the board rather than number of plays as per the special rule. Is this by design? Yes, it is. Because if you have any unused card plays, you get an element, so you have to know about that. And it doesn't say you get half the card plays. It just says they cost 2 card plays. So it is exactly by design. Maybe I should give myself energy, but I don't know. So right now we're just sort of hoping for a fear card, I think, for that. We could wash away some stuff into there. Oh, I'm so could I have gotten wash away to reach this? I don't think so. Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. We can stop this build. And that. Change your target of shattered homesteads, but also I was going to use Center. Why is there an extra town there? I don't know. Shattered homestead sends H2, but then I had to do it again because they explored there. I don't know. Too many towns. Too many towns for me. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Harbingers is fine. I didn't use travel, did I? But whatever. I don't think I need to. We have potentially 1 blight, and they're building 1 city. Let's put Harbingers, let's put the Dahan in the coastal lands. There's stuff that does more stuff in coastal lands, so. On the fear card side. They do not ravage in lands unless there are more invaders, so they don't ravage here. 1 damage per beast. Lore does not affect coastal lands. But it's not the coastal card. Oh, there are more. Okay, whatever. Hey, 8 for Lesser Spirits. Amazing. River could always have these elements. That seems amazing. And lightning can always have some fire. I accept. I mean, we could remove blights, but what if we always had fire? All right, we are back down from the danger zone. We do have a big thing happening here. I'm not sure what we're doing about that. River's Bounty. I think we just... Dahan there. Okay. Reclaim. Major power? The river? Indomitable claim. You can have plus range. Rapid wings. 12 damage. Definitely a claim. Target. Let's you have to reclaim. Holy moly, 15 energy. Winds of Rust. Angry Bears. Strangling Firevine. Strangling Firevine's kind of interesting. We don't have... Actually, we can get plants, because every time we play a major, we get to choose elements. And we can choose elements for other cards. So what if I collect Strangling Firevine? And we used it here. And blew a bunch of stuff. There's only going to be 2 wilds, but if we hit the threshold, we get 4 damage. That's a city kill. We could do Angry Bears, another option. We would potentially destroy a town over here or something. Let's just do Firevine. Gotta forget a card. Probably better. We have so much energy. I think it's Harbingers. So Firevine, give us plant and here. This one. We always have the water. That's so good. Plant and fire. And then I can still play another card. Incredible. And I can use Blooddraws Predators all the time. So let's see, what is River doing? I think Indomitable Claim makes a lot of sense then, so... And we could also just have the threshold all the time. I have an embarrassment of riches. Do I get rid of Wash Away? So good, but also not necessary now. Maybe Constancy is not necessary now. I don't think Constancy is necessary. I mean, nothing is necessary. But 2 more plays. I need 2 water, that's it. So I want Flash Flood, stop a build. I'm getting flow like water. So I can stop the build that way. So is there another target for flash floods? I guess we could just hit things in there with it. Spend all my energy for it. Use Winnevigour. Sure. Okay. So don't really need to do anything. We can bring our Dahan here. How many do I get to move? Just 2? Oh, except it doesn't work. Ooh. My travel's not working. So I don't think Lightning Spoon is that important. Just here. Get more Pier and Shatter Homesteads. Alright. You do that, I guess. Make a real sacred site. You don't need to really move those to Han. Energy. Did I get the threshold back in? No. I didn't want the threshold. I want the end. I want blood draws predators here. I don't have to use this fast, but I get to get the threshold, right? Yeah. 4 damage. How many? I have a city destroyed there. Towns. And what else? I don't know. Maybe just have a million energy all the time. Oh, there's no Dahan on the coast. I don't actually want to use this. Guess we can just kill a town. That's clear. Oh, and then, yeah, then the beasts come by. We can kill both cities if we do that. Guess we just, like, blow stuff up. Get fear cards. I guess actually blowing up. Not the city getting built here. Better. They're gonna explore coastal lands. Doesn't, like, moving this doesn't really matter, right? It's actually better that it stays in the mountain. Excuse me. I just don't use that power. Add blight to a land with city. This one, fine. This one, we don't want that. Destroy a couple presents, I guess. We don't actually need presents in here anymore. I guess we could have River's Bounty there. That would have been a reason to play Lightning's Boon. Oh well, it's too late for that. Maybe we do. Yeah, actually, I want to keep River's Bounty for that. So, destroy that and that. Especially since travel's not working. push one from a land with stuff. Just gonna build a town here no matter what anyways. So I'll send you out of here. And you want to go somewhere. You have to be pushed. So we have an extra Dahan. I think the event made one, right? Yeah. Alright, so the first two lands get towns. For sure. Oh, I can actually, yeah. I can massive flooding nest. Ooh, excuse me. Now that gave me a sacred site because, right, the adding the Dahan didn't update the site. That's the difference. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna have hiccups. Okay. I think we are gonna reclaim. And we have a lot of damage here, but we can Firevine that now for a bunch of damage. That's quite a lot, actually. Another major power. Actually kind of want... Well, we don't need Shatter. Let's forget Shatter, and then we can play 3 major powers. Excuse me, or Lightning's Boon, which is kind of like major power. What if we had Storm Swath? Except we don't have a sacred site in the land we care about. We could volcanic eruption this. 20 damage and a cascade. I think it's Storm Swath. Excuse me. Wow. Or 4 damage, remove blight. Storm Swath. Alright, I'm gonna click this and click plant and air. I'm gonna click this. What does it want? Just the stuff we need. So it's all set. And it's either one of these. I kind of want to use this and move my sacred site. I think I'm going to do that. And we take... Or short 1 fire. What if we had clicked... I think we could click a fire early on. Instead of an air. And it would have been fine. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Destroy 2. We haven't done roll claim, but we're fine. I think we're in the victory lap section of the game right now. Right now. Holy moly. Sure, remove blight. I don't know that we need to worry about what we click on because... And I still can't move to Han? Yeah. Something's broken there. I think Firevine Just kills everything here. But so Stormswept doesn't quite do it. We don't, Stormswept doesn't, or sorry, Firebind doesn't help with this. So what if we... Oh, this gives +2 range as well. So I can, like, say, target it from way, way away. But there's no place where... Yeah, I want my origin land to have stuff in it. I think we have to use this. Get 1 more damage. You have to do this. Oh, I only get to move 1 presence? Okay, that changes what I do. Actually, yeah, it changes a little bit. Let's do this. Go here. Bring on now. It's everything for 1 twice, and it says in a land adjacent, 1 damage to each invader. And do I want to use blood draws there? I think maybe I want blood draws there for the... Okay, 1 more time. Because Flash Blood lets us spin shock everything else. Oh, what happened to that? How does that city have 2 health? That's not great. One damage to each invader. Oh, it only doesn't... I was thinking this did 2 damage to each invader. Finally, but it doesn't do that. That's fine. It's not doing what I want. Totally. Does that mean I want Lightning's Boon instead of... I don't think honestly it matters that much. This is doing 1 billion damage. Okay. This also destroys 2 buildings. We just win, like, we don't actually just win. Alright, I think we're still fine. You just might want to do things slightly differently. What if we give this to River? River can do flash floods, River can do things. River could stop them building these cities. You just accept that blight, I think. It means that Storm Swath doesn't do as much. We could wait until the low phase to use it and get more out of it, because maybe they explore somewhere. That's a thing we could do. We could flash floods these two towns and then push them in here and then kill them with Storm Swath. That's the thing. Then we blow up this town separately another time, or we hit it with, you know, yeah, we can do stuff. Ooh, excuse me. All right, let's try doing that. And Storm Swath does get plus range, right? So we can do blood draws. This in a land adjacent to both. So put a town in here. Storm Swath. Deal damage here. Right town. Right town. So that actually didn't matter. But there's a beast there now. So whatever. And you can't reach that, but that's okay. Oh, I can just... It's a bit of a waste, but... Playing with our food a little bit. Probably best to not add blight. We only have 3 left. Replacing pieces. That's what we need, is more energy. River's gonna be able to. What if they don't build? I guess we kill this guy. You kill this city right now, but it doesn't matter. No invaders on that board. No build. This probably wins. Yeah, there's no buildings anymore. GG. Alright, that has been Scotland and 2 new aspects coming in Promo Pack 2. Yeah, the invaders are having a rough time. They got rained on, they got lightninged and rivered. Nicely done. Alright, so I'm going to go and try to cure my hiccups here. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back next week with probably more previews of more Promo Pack 2 stuff. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all next time. Bye for now.
Mm.